Angela would have to take me with her, and you know, she would cut out of school or be smoking in the schoolyard, and then I would go home. Of course, I was 6 years younger than her, and I would tell my mother, Angela's smoking.
And listen, not everybody's going to agree with my decision. I can give a fuck less. You're in that position, it's you who got to face it, then you do what you need to do.
Little Changolini, he gets to the jail and
steal cars from Maryland and take them to Delaware to a chop shop.
The inside prison in Thailand, as well as what Victor Malarek, the reporter, did to get me out of there.
You know, and I sat down and thought about it for the longest time, okay? But once I made up my mind, it was about survival. I need to take care of my kids and take care of my family. And when a guy's not being loyal to you, how could you be loyal to him?
Welcome to Chatting with Staxx. Welcome to another episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Bolo. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Billy? You good?
Yeah, I'm doing really good, man.
I like the intro. Hey, very unique intro. Very unique.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So you're like a shadowy figure in the underworld. I don't know if people know who you are, but if they do their research, you've been involved with quite a few things, and the level is insane. You were around these BMF guys before they even formed their crew, right?
True.
Detroit. And I want to get into some of your story. So you want to tell the people where you were born and raised and what kind of environment you started out your life in?
Yeah, sure. How's our volume?
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. Okay. Yeah, I'm from the east side, 48205, 7 Mile, also known as the Red Zone nowadays. I went to Osborne, Denby, Finney, King, Kettering. I kind of was like a person that had a extra testosterone, maybe. I used to fight a lot, even at a young age and stuff. I was involved in martial arts and boxing at a young age. I met my mentor, Bobby, who's famous, one of the most famous enforcers in the history of Detroit. Bobby, the animal. Those that know, just like those that know me know. Whether I got my COVID shit on, or what I call also my COVID mask / reasonable doubt mask. You know what I mean? Like in a court of law, the reasonable doubt, because I definitely don't trust our government. And I could totally see them trying to pin some real old shit on me. I'm just trying to be as careful as possible. You know what I mean? But to make a long story short, started out with Bobby, doing collections and so forth. He was a Shylock bookie, blah, blah, blah. He seen I was real good with collections. I was always big for my age. I was always mature. You know what I mean? I started at like 14, but no one ever would guess I was 14 years old. When I was 14, I was about 5'11", solid 190, and I eventually grew to be my size now, like, you know, about 6'2", 240, between 240 and 250.
So when you mentioned Detroit, a lot of people think of White Boy Rick, you know?
Ah, yeah, White Boy Rick. Isn't that something? Well, here's the thing. A lot of people don't realize if Ricky didn't do all that time, I don't wish none of that time on nobody, but he definitely would have got his wig pushed back. He would no longer be here with us. And if you're hearing this, Rick, you know that's the truth. You know, like I said, I don't wish, prison on nobody, this or that. But I know you, Ricky, even though you don't know me. You want to know how I know you? Red was busy taking care of his stuff, and some people stepped to me and they wanted me to get on your ass. So I know a lot about you that you don't even know. We not only had the West Side precinct in our pocket, but we also had the 9th precinct in our pocket. In your little house on Hayes, your little house on Hayes by Harper and Chalmers where it interconnects. Yeah, one of our guys, we had the whole house was bugged, you know, and you know, I don't have anything against like people's sexual preferences, this or that, but you know, keep it real. You should tell the public you like boys too. People that really know you, they know you like boys. You're with that McDonald girl now. You know her dad got the car dealership, this or that. I was surprised to hear that because, you know, for many years you were confused. You know what I mean? You always wanted, you know, you like that dark meat for some reason. I think you had an identity crisis. I think you were a Winja before that even became popular. I'm trying to talk a little code here.
Yeah.
You know, like what in the one song what Eminem calls himself?
Yeah.
The W word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy Gianni wants to know, this guy have any Italian mafia connections or street gang stuff?
What guy?
Gianni Catalano.
Oh, who's he want to know about?
You.
Oh, I'm classified by the feds, hypothetically speaking, as Sacra Corona Unida. Do your research on that organization. It's a lot of people refer to us as Zips or renegade mafia family. The motherland is in the old country, but we have people in North America too. We're not well liked by you guys, traditional guys, but those that know. But getting back to Ricky, it's a funny thing. Like there's this he has this reputation and so forth, this and that. But tell me this, Ricky. Everyone knows, you know this is true. How come when you go to the Wayne County Jail, had to go to PC, you got your ass beat? When you went to Ionia, you had to lock up, you got your ass beat. And when you would go to Greektown, you would hire 10 powerhouse bodyguards to walk with you because you were so scared that you were going to get your jewelry jacked. That's not gangster, Ricky. And another thing, I heard you're taking a lot of steroids nowadays. Steroids not going to make you tough. That goes for our next subject, Gunner, too. They don't make you fight good. You want to be a bodybuilder now, Ricky? I'd love to see you. I'd love to knuckle up with you. I really would. That goes for anybody that wants to smoke, because I like to knuckle up. Not a bully, you know, but that's just what I like to do. I'd love to see you, Ricky. Come out of the closet and tell the people that you like guys too. You know, there was wiretaps of you, your sister, your sister's boyfriend, and your girlfriend at the time. The bedroom was bugged, and you were actually all getting freaky in the master bedroom on the wiretaps, man. Yeah, come out. Have no shame in your game. And you know, when you were locked up too, you know, you like to get your knees dirty. Yeah, I'm not judging the LBG community. I have some gay friends myself. But you know, keep it real. You're a real guy. You come across as real. Come visit us in the red zone sometime. I know a lot of the young homies would love to see you. Got much love for you, Ricky.
So Gunner is from Detroit. A lot of people talk about him. He's been to prison. He claims to be, well, he is the grandson of Toko, but he claimed to be working for Jackaloni. Now, do you know what's the situation with that? Because I'm trying to clear up the whole situation.
Okay. Gunner, please tell the truth. Please.
And if Gunner's watching right now, I'll drop a link. He can come in here. He's more than welcome. If he discredits what he's saying, I could drop the link and they could have a conversation.
Gunner, you weren't putting in no work. Only work, if you were, you must have been on the west side with those suburban boys in West Bloomfield. You were not part of the east side crew. Not part of the east side crew. Those are my people, you know. Frank the Bomb, R.I.P. He was running things. Um, Joe the Hood Deanna, who's still around and still has the most street cred out of any LCN guy in Michigan. Although Jackie the Kid does not like to admit that because he's Silver Spoon. And Jackie the Kid, he loves that West Bloomfield. You know, he loves hanging around certain people. I'm not going to say what they are. The Hats. He likes the Hats. He loves hanging around the Hats and doing business with the Hats. He's just a Silver Spoon guy, you know. I hope his daughter.
Said that he was collecting. He said he was a collector and he was collecting money for people and he couldn't be made because he was a defedo.
Only thing that guy was collecting, brother, he must have been collecting debts for high schoolers that were doing ecstasy at the time. Or something out in West Bloomfield or wherever he's from. Never heard of him in my life until this internet stuff. Okay. And I'm plugged in with everybody like that. You know what I mean? And I'd like to, Gunner, respectfully, I was really, I happened to click on your channel, you know, because I'm out fresh, you know. And I was really appalled by you slitting that deer's throat. What is it? You know, you don't have food up there or something? That's one thing. But that was appalling to me. And for that alone, in addition to disrespecting the East Side crew, we have to knuckle up as men. We'll go on live. I'd like to do it right now. Pull up now. I'll drop my addy. You pull up. We go on live. We'll do it on this fucking show, on this Zoom or StreamYard or whatever. You know, let's see how that juice is doing for you. Let's see what kind of hands you got, Gunner. Really. And you know, it's out of character for me. I'm not about talking. I'm more about acting.
He said there's nothing wrong with hunting.
Yeah.
He said,
Who said
come
that,
on,
Gunner?
there's nothing wrong with hunting. But no, this guy Gianni said, come on, there's nothing wrong with hunting. Do you want to explain what the reason
Killing
why
innocent animals? That's coward. Killing innocent animals? That's coward. You know, I think of people that they kill innocent animals, they have fantasies about killing people, but they don't got the balls to do that. You know, they may have hitman fantasies or something like that. Nothing wrong with hunting. True. There's nothing wrong with hunting if you are hungry and there's no other source of food. Does that make you feel like a big man to whack a deer out, slit its throat, innocent deer? Please help me to understand that. I'm an animal lover. So I just can't. I don't feel that. I don't feel that. Like I said, I could see if, you know.
Who's this guy, man?
Hey, Boone.
So you have association with him?
Is he talking?
No. That was an interview picture.
Oh, I'd like to talk to Boone. I haven't seen him in years. Yeah, best friend Boone. Boone almost got Rick. They were at a stoplight. He was gonna rock his snot box, push his wig back. Luckily, they went through the red light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
Who the fuck? Is that Maserati?
Yeah.
Yeah, Maserati Rick. R.I.P. R.I.P. Yeah, he's a legend. Definitely a Detroit legend. Yeah, there's that notorious Benz coffin man.
Ben's
R.I.P. to
coffin.
him. Yeah.
Rest in peace to Maserati Rick.
R.I.P. to him, bro. R.I.P. to him. We're gonna talk a little about Joey Merlino.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm a little. I might be going all over the board. It's just that I just don't want to forget certain topics. You know, remind me if I forget to talk about a couple of things we wanted to talk about.
I'm trying to get So How old were you when you really started getting involved with the drug trade and the organized crime? Like, how old were you when you started dabbling in it?
14 years old, brother. Yeah, I was always mature for my age. I never looked 14. Like people didn't ever believe it. Like they didn't with Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? I was like 14. They thought I was 21. Even with the amateur boxing match, they said, "There's no way this guy's 14." And you have to. It's crazy, yeah.
So I found a video that they did about you. There's not a lot of information about you on the internet, and
That's a good thing, I guess.
yeah, it's a good thing. They were looking for different pictures and they couldn't find them, so I can play part of this that I found, and you can tell me what's your take on it. Did they
Sure,
hit the nail on the head, or is it bullshit?
sure.
No, this is
What up, though?
shout out to Gangsters Paradise.
This is where I kick cautionary street tales. Click that subscribe button, click the like button, and click that little bell. That way you can get notifications whenever I drop an episode. Support Gangsters Paradise by purchasing a Don't Judge Me t-shirt or Don't Judge Me face mask on Teespring. The link is in the description. Appreciate y'all checking out Gangsters Paradise. You know, I really like the recently. Someone told me they really love the Bruiser episode. So I invite you guys to go back there and check out that episode. And check out my last episode, Family Cartels 4. And this episode is all about BMF Connect, Rudolfo Ponce Marino, who was operating out of Southwest Detroit. The West Side guys made a request for a West Side story, and then I had my man reach out to me about this story. So this is by request, and this goes to the West Side of Detroit. This was a big operation that was operating on the Southwest side. For those out there that don't know how Detroit actually works, it's all about what side you from. Now, Detroit itself is smaller than coastal cities like.
Is that right, man? What you're saying so far?
He's fairly right, but he's a little lost. Like nowadays, there's like blood sets, Crip sets, GDs, Vice Lords that are real deep. You know what I mean? Even in my hood, 7 Mile Bloods, 187 Headhunters that just a couple months ago opened fire on some ATF agents outside of the hospital, St. John's over there on 7 Mile. Them boys had some balls, you know what I mean? Open fire. They weren't playing. They felt they were getting harassed by them and da-da-da. But at one time it was like that, but it's no longer like that. You know, there's gangs like in New York, like New York has gangs, naturally LA and so forth. But at one time it was more about crews and so forth. But now it's more gang affiliated, but there still are crews, you know what I mean? But I'm a real East Side guy, although I was doing a lot of business during that era on the West Side out of a bakery on Lanyo and McGraw. There was a front. Yeah. And that's the southwest side, you know. But I'm a true East Sider. And the funny thing is, with those guys or whatever, they were like kind of just average customers at that point in time, like Big Ed, Rockin' Reg, people like that. They were really getting a lot of weight. Naturally, you know, Maserati Rick, Demetrius Holloway, them were the ones that were really the real, you know, brickmen in the city, along with a couple of low-key cartels and so forth. But obviously, BMF blew really up. A lot of people don't really know the original BMF is from Philadelphia, the Black Mafia family. They're real gangsters. They're not just about selling dope. I have a feeling that Meech just took that name You know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of people don't know that there's a real black mafia family in Philly, and they have a structure like the traditional Cosa Nostra. You know.
Yeah. So this guy, he's like, okay, cool, sounds ridiculous. I don't know about Gunner. He should buy food from the store, like a steak, but you don't hunt a deer. The thing he's saying about it is the way he did it, trying to make it seem like it's a hit and all this shit. Hey, that's the way he feels about it, man. It is what it is. Like, Gunner has every right to come up here and rebuttal what he's got to say. And if they want to link it up and maybe we can make it happen, they could get in the ring and we could see what happens. Like, this is what
Wow.
guys are supposed to do that have disagreements, and
Right.
you want to handle business with your fist, not with guns or knives. You can do it. So, like, what was it like for you when you were a kid? Was it a lot of fighting? How did you
Yeah.
gain such a notorious reputation?
There was a lot of fighting in my neighborhood, especially like when you're the minority. You know what I mean? Um, you get tested a lot, you know. And I could honestly say, not to be braggadocious, I've never lost a one-on-one fight in the street. I've lost contests in the ring, in Golden Glove boxing matches where I got outpointed, so forth. Never been knocked out. But as far as the streets go, I've never lost a one-on-one fight, and I've never lost an underground bare knuckle, you know, one-on-one fight either. I prefer bare knuckle over glove boxing. That's just my thing.
Yeah.
You know, Kimbo Slice style. R.I.P. to the legend.
Yeah, man, he was a dope fighter. He was really good. I've seen a video of you fighting backyard, and you hurt that guy pretty bad when you knocked him in the ribs, man.
Yeah, a lot of people
Dropped him.
forget about the body blows, you know?
Yeah.
I
They
know
hurt.
he had long arms. I knew I had to get under his jab and close the gap because I didn't want to be getting jackhammered with jabs. You know what I mean?
Did
Them
he
stars.
even get any punches off on you, man?
I can't recall. Not many. If he did, not many, because I closed the gap real quick because I didn't want to get hit with them long fucking arms he had, man. Long jab,
Yeah.
long arms. Yeah, he was a blood from L.A. actually, and albino guy. He was an albino, and I heard through reliable sources he's continued to fight, and the only loss he has is to me. He's done actually good for himself. Yeah, I'm glad. See, at the nighttime, his rib punctured his lung, and his manager was noticing it was bleeding. And I'm glad. I'm so happy he's still here with us because I would never want a worthy opponent or anyone in a sporting event to get hurt or lose their life or something like that. That's tragic, man. Just like that BKFC guy, I forgot his name. He got killed a couple months ago. That was
This
terrible.
guy says this guy sounds ridiculous. There never was a black mafia family in Philly.
Do your research. Are you crazy? Yeah, there's a black mafia
Fraud
family.
alert. Yeah, the person typing is a fraud. No picture, no name. You are
Keyboard
a fucking
warrior.
fraud.
Keyboard
Keyboard
warrior.
gangster, man. Real tough
Yeah.
guy, huh?
Yeah, I love him. You gotta love him.
Yeah, come get your trophy, man. I got a trophy for you. Come get it.
Yeah, you gotta love the trolls.
Kidney shots. Yeah, they hurt, man. More than body shots. So, how did you get introduced to the Italians? And what was it like? Like your first interactions with Italians? Because people don't know that you were a liaison between different groups because you were able to go around this certain group and this certain group, and people don't understand that.
This is how it happened. When I was 14 years old, going to Cannon Rec, R.I.P. to Ducky Dietz, the one and only. I met Bobby at that time because he was training. He was always in the boxing and stuff like that. Bobby's 100%, Sicilian enforcer. He's a legend in Detroit area or whatever. And he took a liking to me naturally. He became my mentor. We just clicked naturally. I was 14 at the time. He was like 38, 39 or something. He was up there, not up there, but, older than me. And he just took me under his wing. I guess he's seen something different. And I told him, I said, you got any work for me, bro? I'd really like to make some money. I'm not about working at McDonald's and this paperboy stuff, this or that. He said, yeah, I got a little something for you. We got to test you. That's when I started making the collections, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Then I met his partner, R.I.P. to the notorious Ronnie Morelli, Hollywood they called him. He unfortunately passed away in '85 on a handball court in Jackson. The Detroit mob would have been different if Ronnie Morelli wouldn't have passed away. That is a fact. And those that know. Anyway, then eventually I met the legend, Frank the Bomb Bomberito, East Side legend, real gangster, Vito Jack's best friend. That's no secret or whatever. He was a real gangster's gangster. Frank the Bomb, there was no one like him. Okay? And at that time, for many years, he was the liaison between the Cosa Nostra East Side crew to the bikers and also to the black gangs. And that when he passed away a couple years ago, I kind of picked up that role, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So here's the bomb, right?
Yeah, one and only. R.I.P. Frankie.
It's Mr. Hollywood.
Oh, there's Hollywood, man. R.I.P. Another legend. Another legend.
There's a few more.
Mike Catranis there. That's the Greek there. And that's the Syrian there. Mike Catranis, that's another legend. He was a Greek guy. He was an enforcer, part of the East Side crew. R.I.P. Another legend. That's the boss, man.
So
he should have been. Go ahead.
Gunner says that he was a collector for them specifically. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? And I mean, from what I'm getting is that it seems like some people are taking stories from other people and putting themselves in that situation.
That's what I'm
I don't
like. I find that very, very hard to believe. I mean, I've never seen him around any of the social clubs. Well, for years, Carousel Ice Cream used to be the social club for the East Side crew for many years on State Fair and Gratiot, and also the Italian American Social Club on 12 and Hoover, but primarily the Carousel Ice Cream on State Fair and Gratiot on the East Side. And I've never seen him on the East Side. I've never seen this guy in my life, man. And like I said, maybe he was one of them West Side, Silver Spoon guys. You know what I mean? But I usually don't talk about the dead or whatever. But it's ironic. For 30 years, the Organized Crime Task Force was trying to get Jack Tocco. Okay, he was the boss of all bosses in Michigan. And when he got hooked up, when they finally got him, took him 30 years, okay? This guy got charged with like RICO, continuing criminal enterprise, all that stuff, right? What does he get sentenced to? He gets sentenced to like 13 months, the last 6 to be served on home confinement. We're talking about a boss. I know people that got extortion charges and got 120 months. There's no doubt in my mind, and I conferred with Joe the Hood, Joe Deanna, another real gangster, one of the only real ones left in Detroit, Joe the Hood Deanna. He said he felt too that he had to be a CI. There's no other way.
So do you want to tell the people why you're wearing a mask and glasses?
Oh, for sure. Anyone that knows me knows I've always wore shades, even at nighttime. That's my look. You know what I mean? For years. The mask, Corona, because of the location where I'm at. In addition to, I feel like it's reasonable doubt as far as if any feds are looking or whatever and try to hem me up on some dirty shit, because I've had some real dirty shit done to me by prosecutors and feds trying to hem me up in cases I wasn't even involved in. So I'm a little paranoid when it comes like that. It's just a little extra precaution, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I take advantage of wearing the masks during this Corona shit anyway.
Me too.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm not hiding from nobody. Those that know, whether with my mask or not. I'm just trying to create a little reasonable doubt in case one of them corrupt suits try to hem me up on some bullshit and harass me. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Well, so how you want to tell the people where you were 60 days ago?
Oh, I was in a place that no human being should be in. It shouldn't even be allowed to be open. The Florence, Colorado ADX SUPERMAX. It's the most foul, inhumane place you could ever go. You could ever go. That's why if there's any youngsters, thinking about getting into the life, whether it's gang banging, mob life, or whatever, this day and age is not the time to do it, bro. There's no unity amongst convicts. Everybody's like ratting. It's like a terrible time, Get into boxing, rap, find a talent, do something, constructive and positive for the community, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's not the route to go, man. The street life only ends in two places, the jailhouse or the graveyard. I mean, there's exceptions to every rule, but the overwhelming majority, that's where it ends.
Yeah, man. This guy's saying this guy is a real clown, cocky and full of shit, no disrespect. Then, hey, if he's a clown, then put your address and then you guys can meet up and you could figure it out if he's real or not.
Yeah.
Stop being a pussy.
Come see me. Come see me, troll. I laugh at these guys.
Did you run into any bigwigs when you were around?
Around where?
In Florence.
Oh, briefly, because of COVID, they're really taking advantage of that situation. You know what I mean? They're like having us locked down all the time instead of letting us out, because there's like a phase program where you go, and phase one, they test you, see if you're going to behave, or you could be let out like 23-hour lockdown. Then they let you out for like a half hour, so forth, then the hour. But because of COVID, the guards are lazy as fuck, the inbreds that they have working there, and they use COVID for an example for everything. Anything they're supposed to give us, the cage wreck and all that, if they're supposed to give it to us like 3 times a week, they'll give it to you like once every 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do. Like they do less things. They do less counts and shit just because they don't have the manpower to do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And they're really lazy, and they're really taking advantage, like I said, of the COVID situation. They want to, just do the minimum, that type of thing. Yeah. I've never met one decent guard. I met a decent. Yeah.
Fake Ramundi. You better watch your mouth, man. I'm telling you.
These guys are funny.
Some of these people think it's a game. Like they think they can talk whatever shit they want, and there's like no repercussions, you know.
Yeah,
Nobody's
the
up
funny
here
thing,
trying to be a gangster or be tough, man. He's explaining some of the situations that he's been through in his life. And if you don't like it, go somewhere else. It's not a problem, you know?
or
And if,
pull up.
yeah, or pull up,
Pull
man.
up.
Put your money where your mouth is.
What city are you in?
You fucking pussies, man. Damn.
Yeah, pull up.
And
Pull up.
Jack Toko was my uncle. I can show you proof.
Who's that, Gunner?
No, Nicholas S.
Okay, Jack Toko was your uncle, and your uncle was a rat, no doubt about it. So, okay. You're probably a silver spoon boy, no doubt.
So what did you want to say about Merlino?
Oh, Joey, I've respected you. I respected you for not being a rat, this or that. But there's one thing I cannot accept. I just cannot accept. It's been bothering me since it's been brought to my attention. When you were at that Miami Heat game a few years ago, okay, and that rat, Chris Paciello, came up to you and said, I'm a rat. What are you going to do about it? And he put his index finger on your shoulder. I don't understand this. You should have stabbed him in his neck with something or do anything. Or better yet, your bodyguards, what are they doing? This guy should have been smashed. You could have afforded a couple racks of bail. I mean, this is your reputation. This is your legacy. People have bled for what you represent, brother. You're the only, practically one of the only guys that haven't ratted out of Philly. I mean, you're like the last of the Mohicans. You're like a dinosaur. And when I found out that you allowed that to happen, I was just really disappointed, brother. I don't understand how you could let a rat put his hands on you. You're a made guy. You're a boss, man. I don't understand, Joey. You know, like I said, I respect you. You're a stand-up guy. There's no doubt about that, man. Absolutely no doubt. But how do you let this rat touch you? I swear, I wish I would have been there with you, next to you. I would have split his shit to the gray meat. Not trying to sound tough. It is what it is.
Here's some of the players in BMF. Can you see this clear?
Oh, yeah. Meach, Terry. Where's that rat, O-Dog?
Thank you, RV Docs. I appreciate you, man. Dog, is he on there?
I don't know. I heard Blue Da Vinci got a bad rap. I really don't know what to say about that, you know.
Blue Da Vinci was the guy who was driving limo, right?
If I'm not mistaken, I thought he was going to be the first rapper for BMF Music Company or something like that.
Yeah, you sound fake too, Jimmy Paint Chips. How about you get in the bathroom? Fucking people, man. When people are disrespectful, I just send them in the bathroom to clean the toilet seat, man, you know?
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
So these are some of your fellow convicts. Some are inmates, you know? There's a big difference between convicts and inmates.
Oh, for sure.
So some of these are people that are in ADX Supermax.
I'm surprised. I just can't understand why they won't let Larry Hoover out, man. The guy's 70-something years old. He has an impeccable prison record. He doesn't bother nobody. He's about positivity. If anybody can change the situation in Chicago, Larry can.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. It's like twisted, you know, who they let out, who they don't let out.
Bella Stormy wants to know, may I ask why he went to prison and how long was he there?
Which time? The first time I went for 13 years, 6 months and 5 days, and that was for a kidnapping, extortion, and attempted murder. Second time, this fake ass prosecutor tried to hem me up. We had a legitimate escort service that we were working, DBA papers, LLC, everything. This was most recently. And I got charged with white slavery, extortion, and possession of silencers. But that was really framed for that. All that got dismissed when the prosecutor got indicted. The prosecutor prosecuted me during that time. He got indicted, and that's the only reason I got out. But however, my anger management got to me, and I had to do 60 months for assaulting a federal agent, which I didn't do, but it is what it is, man.
Does he know anyone from the outfit? RV Docs wants to know.
From the what?
From the Chicago outfit.
Oh, the legend we were talking about.
Yeah.
Remember GT?
Oh, there's another guy we got to talk about, man. It just keeps going and going, right?
Which one? Which one?
Hold on, I'm going to pull it up. Tell me this one. Let's see here. People are going to get a real fucking kick out of this one, ladies and gentlemen. Who's this guy, Bolo?
Oh! Swamp Man! Swamp Man! Johnny the swimmer! Oh, Johnny, how are you, Johnny? Johnny Aliti. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, this guy, it was a couple years ago, and my guy, little Gino, was there. He was bouncing at the strip club in Manhattan. This guy goes in there like a tough guy, thinking he doesn't have nothing to worry about. They take him out literally by his ears like a kid. They throw him, and there's like this dirty ass swamp out back, man. And he was, "How you guys doing?" And they were just for fun. They were busting shots around him, not to hit him, just to, torture him a little bit because he's a rat. You know what I mean? He goes, "Stop, guys! Don't kill me! Don't kill me!" His Armani suit was drenched. He got out. He didn't know what to think. They said on his way back to his car or whatever, he kicked him in his ass. And all he could do is call his sons. And his sons are saying, come on, Dad, we should call the police. Let's call the police. They get the fuck out of here, Gino says. Kicked him in his ass, literally, after he got out of the swamp. That guy's a clown. You too, Johnny. Johnny, I don't want to hurt you. You're a little older, but, if you think you're about that knuckle game, well, I'll slap box you and you could use your fist. How about that? We'll make it fair. Because we know you're about 5'4". You're about 5'4", pumped up on your steroids. You got like probably 62-inch reach. I don't want to sound like a bully, but yeah, let's do that. Because you're another Fugazi guy. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Swamp Man. We gotta call him Swamp Man.
He's the leader of the Bambinos. They said he's the leader of the Bambinos.
Hey, have you done any swimming lately, Johnny? If you're watching, have you done a little, breaststroke or whatever in the swamp, in the dirty swamps?
So this guy, Spooky Ghost, wants to know, what does Bolo have to say about Gunnar Lindblom? Are they related?
Oh, I personally think that Gunnar is a fraud. If he's not a fraud, I do not really consider him what he is. I think he's just a guy that is jacked up on steroids, and he's a good pathological liar. Unless, I could be wrong, unless he was part of the Silver Spoon West Side mob. But he claims he was East Side, so I don't know. And I don't even consider them a mob. They're basically a bunch of pussy boys that get together and they do business with the hats, and that's the only type of people they'll do business with. They won't do business with any other nationality. They won't socialize with any other nationality, and that's what we call the Silver Spoon Boys. You know what I mean? He might have been friends with the Silver Spoon Boys, but as far as a bona fide gangster, no way. No possible way. No possible.
So in that documentary that I played a little bit of, I got to a really good part, and I'm gonna play it, and let's see what people think.
Part of the BMF organization, he actually spoke on Bolo in this interview.
Now this is Sosa.
Bolo, Demi, he was something special. He ran pretty much all the Mexican town. He ran, you know, he was a big guy, you know, and I got to say his wife she was the real man behind the scene, but yeah, he was a big guy. What had happened with him, you remember he got locked up in the Wayne County lockup. He was getting ready to go to trial. Anyway, his wife paid somebody, one of the guards in there. There was another guy that came in there with his same name. They released him out the back door. They let him go that one night. It was on a weekend, so they gave him a couple of days to get away. And he ended up fleeing and going to Mexico.
Is that true?
Yeah. So Bolo was
hypothetically speaking, that's fairly accurate.
So what's not true about it?
Well, I just like to say hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, I mean, did you go to Mexico after?
Yes, I did. I never should have came back, but I was conned by what I call sperm donor. At one time was my father. He conned me into coming in. He said he had a connection. He basically begged me. He said everything was hot, this and that, blah, blah, blah. They're tearing up shit, this and that. My mom later told me it was all out of selfishness, you know. He just cared about himself. And it's a shame, you know what I mean? But the moral of that story is, guys, never ignore your third eye. Every ounce of my being was telling me at that time when I was on the phone with him, do not turn yourself in. Every fiber in my being was saying, do not do it. Basically what I'm saying is intuition is real. Your third eye is real. Do not ignore that. Do not ignore it. That's basically, you know, a part of God.
Yeah.
A gift from God.
Gianni Catalano says, I'm confused. He said he was in the Zip organization and then all these black gangster guys. So do you want to explain to him?
Yeah, the thing is, we have a few of us in North America, and in the Detroit area, it's not like most places because you have to interact because it's such a large, you know, African American population. You're going to be doing business with African Americans. You're going to be doing business with Chaldeans. You're going to be doing business with everybody. You know what I mean? It's not like a city that's segregated and you just do business with white. You know what I mean? Detroit's a totally different gangster city, you know? And you want to be allies with everybody, you know?
He said his organization just works with all these guys. Or was he with the guys, with the other guys?
Say that again, brother.
He said his organization just works with all these guys, or was he with the other guys?
Oh, we just had alliances with the other guys, you know?
Yeah, you weren't like pledging an oath to them or anything.
No,
right?
No. Just friendly alliances and doing business, you know.
Mm-hmm. I interviewed Ciro last night, and it will be on tonight. I'm going to drop the interview tonight. It will be up at 10 o'clock p.m. So it's really good. Shout out to Ciro. Shout out to everybody involved with that. Anthony Caliente. I think I said his name right. I hope so. The bad luck, stupid, dumb face. Hey, man, you should get the fuck out of here and get in the bathroom. Go scrub the toilet seat, man. Think that's what you need to do, Mr.
What'd that clown say, Billy?
Stupid shit. Not even worth acknowledging. Some of these people just need help, man. Really.
They're
Definitely.
clueless.
He was definitely the cousin of the boss. His brother was a copper regime.
They're clueless.
Product, especially in Detroit. Majority blacks, right? Out in Detroit.
90%.
Yeah.
90%, yeah.
Same thing with what is it? Memphis, right?
Yeah, Memphis, Baltimore.
He said, "Come to New York, and I'll show you what the cartel do to you."
Hey, I go to New York all the time. I go to Bensonhurst. I go to the Bronx. I go to Soundview, Bronx. I even go to Brownsville, Brooklyn. I spar at Gleason's with Big Baby Miller. So next time I'm in New York, give me your number. I'll look you up.
Yeah, and you guys can handle that.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Calling bullshit. Hey, man, then meet him. Nobody's doubting Gunner's lineage. No one's doubting his lineage. They're doubting his
gangster,
his background, his gangsterness. Yes, it was really great. Shout out to him, man. Ciro DePazio and Mob King, incredible. He showed me behind the scenes, introduced me to a lot of people. I have the utmost respect for him. Gee, get the fuck out of here, man.
Do you usually have this many trolls or no?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Is it mostly when guys that were part of the life come on?
It depends, man. It all depends.
Yeah.
There's people that they know that nothing will ever, there's no repercussions, so they know they could fucking run their mouth like douchebags, and hey, that's their toughness, then fucking go ahead, man. You're tough, okay?
Yeah, the keyboard warriors. You know, the only thing they do if someone was to pop up on their porch one day is call the police. You and I both know that.
Of course, I know.
You know, funny thing is, these idiots don't know they can be tracked. If someone really wants to, call in a favor, these cocksuckers can be tracked easy.
Hey, BK Shaolin, get in the bathroom. It's only for 5 minutes. Clean the toilet seat while you're there. Yo, no one can see you, man.
Oh, shit. The light.
Yeah, they're asking if you can turn a light on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. My bad.
It's all good. I gotta stop trying to change my life. So, what is your plan for the future? Are you planning on changing your life? And what's the reason for you to come onto social media? And you want to tell the people like what the process is? Are you even supposed to be on social media?
Technically, no. That's another reason I'm kind of trying to not disrespect my organization or whatever, you know what I mean? By just, being outright out there like that. But I feel that I'd like to go on social media, do a channel. I feel I have a lot of good stories. You and I talked about doing one together. I think we could do some nice things. I'm also really with the guns down, knuckles up movement. I'd like to start getting that because I want to start doing active fights again, not just underground,
But not with that other guy though. Minor Mouse, right?
Which one?
The Minor Mouse.
Oh yeah. I'd love to. I'd fight him. He's not in my division, but I'd fight. I'd fight anybody, really. I mean,
Richard here says he hopes that you start your own show.
Yeah, I'd spar anybody. I spar Big Baby Miller. I spar Dillian White. I mean, but I prefer bare knuckle.
Yeah. So
come on,
do you
trolls. Why don't I'd like, you know, it'd be funny if like 10 trolls or 5 trolls got together, we go on live, let's say, come on, let's see what you got, trolls. You know?
check
Guys,
my ass,
be
man? Make
men.
my day.
Clint Eastwood, there he is. Watched a lot of movies.
What's your plan for the future? Do you plan on going straight and changing your life? Like, what's your plan
Yes,
for the
I
future,
actually
man?
do. Like I said, I'd like to get involved with you and I doing the you know, podcast or channel. I also like to do guns down, knuckles up type stuff. I like to discourage the youth from going on the wrong path because nowadays they just don't play fair, bro. I mean, you could be
Yeah.
talking your teens.
FBD Ducks just got killed, right? Rapper in Chicago, I think.
That was terrible. Yeah, a year ago. Yeah.
No, this is just recently someone just got killed. I seen on rappers are getting killed left and right, man. That was who there's a whole bunch of them getting killed
Yeah,
every
it was
couple
a
of
shame.
weeks.
Mostly the drill rappers, yeah. But getting the duck, it's interesting you brought that up. That was a real shame. I really appreciate FBG Duck's music. And if anyone sees that video, that was foul how the cops did him, man. They were basically preventing the EMS from giving him any type of medical attention. They let him bleed out for 20 minutes if you see that video. It's terrible. That was a tragedy. And they didn't give him any medical assistance themselves to protect and serve. Are you kidding me? Those cops were real douches, and that was terrible. Duck was one of my favorite artists, actually. FBG Duck, man. He had some real good ones, especially
Yeah.
that song Slide and Dead Bitches. Yeah, he was real. And the funny thing is, he was really about that life. That's why them Chicago cops let him bleed out, and there's no excuse for that. But there was
How do you verify this guy's a real one?
there's an
Trying to
alliance
get clout.
that they had,
I do my research, Jenny.
and he got spooked. The cops got spooked because Duck had a lot of power and respect in the city, and he was trying to bring all the organizations together. So the cops were really scared by that because they know they're outgunned, and when them guys come together, they don't want to see any of the gang members come together or organizations. They want to conquer and divide and keep it that way, keep them killing each other, which is a real shame because the real enemy is 12.
Yeah.
The real enemy is the swine, you know?
What would you be interested in doing a sit down with Gunner and talking out your differences, or is it just you want?
Oh, I'd love to. I would love to. Then we could, after we do our sit down, we could knuckle up like men.
And then do a sit down after it, right?
Yeah, that's what men do.
Yeah.
I have nothing. I just feel that he disrespected our East Side legacy.
Yeah,
And
man, it really timed you out, bro.
I'm offended by that. I'm offended by that. And how he slit that deer's throat on his channel really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
He did it like a savage, like he really was into it, like he really liked doing it, you know?
Do you want to talk a little bit about what it's like to be in prison with the coronavirus? I heard you talking about a lot of things changed and they were mistreating people and, people weren't sticking together, right?
Right. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. The ADX is already a nightmare. Any high level facility is a semi-nightmare, but when you're stuck in there and you look forward to getting your little rec time in the cage and so forth, and they're telling you no rec time, no rec today, guys, you know, coronavirus protocol, the cases here have increased, and you know they're bullshitting. You know what I mean? It's just real scary, man. The power they have over you.
Elizabeth Coppola wants to know, can you ask him what bike club was running Detroit area in the 90s, and was he involved in the biker war?
The Outlaws were. The Outlaws, and first and foremost, the Outlaws, and secondary, the Highwaymen. Them are the top two. Yep. And Taco, Harry Taco Bowman, R.I.P. to the legend. There'll never be another one like him. He was like something very special. He was actually shaking down the Italian mob. You gotta love it. Gotta love it.
He passed away recently.
Yeah, yes, he did. I think about a year ago. If I'm not
Didn't
mistaken.
he have a big rivalry with George Christie, right?
One of the Hells Angels he had a big rivalry with, I know.
Yeah, George Christie was the Hells Angel president from Oakland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know he had a rivalry with him, and also
I got a picture of them. Yeah, together right here.
Oh, okay. R.I.P. man. It's a shame, man. You know, a lot of people don't know about Taco. It's funny. One day on a Monday, you might see him, right? He'd be in an Armani suit, driving a bulletproof Cadillac, right? On a Monday. On a Tuesday, he'd be on his Harley in his biker gear. He was like a chameleon. He was very versatile.
Yeah, you changed it up one day, next day, so you wouldn't.
Yeah, very special guy. You don't hear about too many bikers that have bulletproof caddies, you know, that year, brand new. He also had a bulletproof Benz at one time.
They were causing a lot of havoc back then in the streets, right? And were you the liaison between the bikers and the street guys?
Yeah, myself and Frank the Bomb. R.I.P. to Frankie.
Is there any situations that you can explain to me, maybe when you were going to collect money and somebody didn't have the money, where you guys had to put hands on somebody?
Oh yeah, here's an interesting one.
Gangster's Paradise. This is the guy who did the Bolo Boys and BMF content.
Right.
The little documentary thing I played. Shout out to Gangster's Paradise.
Right. Basically, went to do a collection. I guess nowadays it would be called lacking. People would be called, I was maybe lacking a little bit, you know. I smoked a blunt or whatever a little bit, and I was casual because I got so used to collecting and having no problems. It was just like second nature to me. So I go do this one collection in Hamtramck, man, this Arab dude, and knock at the door. They usually don't answer right away. They usually try to duck and dodge. You got to put a lot of work in sometimes to collect. This guy comes out. It was like so quick. He tried to slice me in my throat, man, with a fucking blade. Reflex wise, I put up my hand and blocked it. It chopped my middle finger tip off, and then
shit, man.
Yeah, then I had to protect myself. After all was said and done, I had the wherewithal to pick up my finger tip, and I went to the hospital. But on the hospital, I stopped and I got a ice in a Ziploc baggie and put it in there. They sewed it on, but it only held for 2 weeks. It wouldn't stay on. It didn't get enough blood flow or something, and it fell off, man. Yeah.
See, this dude knows what it is, man. He said, thanks, bro. Salute to your channel. Great content. There's people that do know what it is, and there's real ones out there.
Yeah, the real are few and far between, as they say, There's so many trolls, but we got to respect the real, Like the Al Capone quote. What did he say? I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies when it comes to people that are on my team or for me.
Yeah. Let's see here. I thought the Scorpions in Detroit rolled with the Outlaws in the 90s. They were not just as were they not just as strong as the Highwaymen or even stronger?
No, not at all. Scorpions are they're a West Side club, very well respected, but they just didn't have the numbers, unfortunately. They didn't
There
have
was another club out there too, right? With a wheel on the back. I forgot the name of it.
the wheel. Oh, Iron Coffins, maybe?
I don't know, man. No, that's not the name.
No. Renegades?
No.
We got the Outlaws, Highwaymen, Renegades, Scorpions, Iron Coffins, Avengers, Hell Is Our Home.
It was a big it had a wheel on the back of their jacket. It was a wheel and it had spokes going.
Oh, Wheel. Was that the Black Gang?
No, it was white. It's a white dudes.
Oh man, Wheel.
It has a wheel on. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It has a wheel on the back of the jacket and it has spokes.
Yeah,
and they were maybe they were small in numbers, but they were really vicious.
Huh. Wheel. Why isn't that clicking?
Ask him, Staxx, can you ask him if he knows anything about the Detroit mob casino stuff in Laughlin, Nevada, or their drug business in California or Texas?
I know back in the 60s that I know this through my mentor that the Jackalones invested a lot in the casinos and were silent partners and owners technically, but not on paper. You own shit in the background. You collect your money. As far as the dope stuff or whatever, that's pretty much the Chaldean mafia. The Detroit mob are kind of soft when it comes to that, and they legitimately don't have nothing to do with any narcotics transactions. And it's not out of any moral thing or moral compass. It's about fear. They're really not about that action. They're not willing to bang it out. They're not like guys from, Philly, Chicago, New York. You got one East Side crew.
The Breed, man. The Breed. Was it The Breed?
The Breed. Yeah.
The Breed. Yes.
The Breed. Yes. I didn't even know that there isn't Breed in Michigan, brother.
There was another one too, man. There was The Breed.
And maybe they had a nomad club. Maybe they had nomads. But
Forbidden Wheels? Was it Forbidden Wheels?
There is Forbidden Wheels. I'm almost positive there's Forbidden Wheels. Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Go to the streets, man. Shout out to omertaclothing.com. Go check it out. My boy Code of the Streets is in here right now.
Salute.
He's got a pretty dope clothing line, man. He's the first one to put Omerta on a shirt.
Hey, did you see some of those ideas I sent you about kind of like a back shot at the guy that goes bada bing, fuck your life?
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
That was dope, man. I'm telling you, I think people would really like that type of thing.
Yeah, that's taking it to the next level, right?
I'm working on something really special for the people. It's going to be available really soon. I've been really grinding, so a lot of stuff coming. Told me we're taken to the barn house. Gary, Indiana beaten up was crazy. Poe Museum writes about the detail. Shot in the face and through the hand. Do you want to speak about, you've been shot before, right?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
want,
I got you.
do you want to talk about the time you got shot and explain what happened in that situation?
Oh yeah, there was 2 times actually. One time I was in a fight with a guy. We had a disagreement, and at the time I wasn't strapped because the gang squad was pulling people over real strong on the east side. It was just close to election time and so forth, so I wasn't strapped at all. And the person I was with was not strapped, you know. And we had a disagreement with this guy. He owed Bobby some money actually, and I went to grab him, and next thing I know, he fucking pulls his shit out real quick, and he was pretty strong too for his size. And he blasted me in my knuckle. I think I sent you a picture of the gunshot wound of that one.
Yeah,
knuckle shot. Yeah,
I can't show it, man. I get in trouble for that one.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, blasted part of my knuckle off. I was lucky there. It was with a 9mm hollow tip. Then there was another time I was having a bang out with these GDs that were from like French Road and Gratiot, and it was basically because they were keeping one of our girls on drugs and keeping them captive in the house. And we were never about that, man. We were always about empowering them. And we would only hire girls that were already like dancers or in the business. We would never hire somebody that never did it. We were basically working as bodyguards pretty much, you know. And these guys, these GDs by French Road and Gratiot, they wanted to keep, her name was Maria, in like captive, and they would keep her doped up and shit. So me and Bebo, we had to go in there. You've seen pictures of him. He's the big Jamaican guy. He has the one shirt that says, "I'll push your shit in."
Yeah.
Is
that this dude?
No. Nope. That's another Jamaican. That's Roxo. Not him. No, that's Roxo. Nope.
I didn't put that one picture in, I don't think.
Yeah, it's like he's standing from behind, and it says,
I don't think you sent me that one.
Oh, I'm gonna have to send that one. Yeah, I thought I did. Fuck.
Here, I'm checking.
Yeah, he's a real big dude, and it says, "I will push your shit in" on the back of his t-shirt.
Yeah, I remember. It's on my phone, man. It's on my phone. I can't. Man, you want to talk about the kind of money you were getting back in the day?
Yeah. Oh, but anyway, yeah, I got hit with a.
Oh yeah, we got to finish up that.
With a 223 in my upper right lat, and I was lucky because again I got lucky. Thank the Lord. It was kind of a side hit. It went in. It didn't come out my chest. It went out my shoulder. You know what I mean? It went in my upper lat and kind of curved out my shoulder. It was really crazy, but I'm glad it did, you know. And you know,
I know shout out to Gorilla Nims, man. I know the dude who does all his stuff, bro. So shout out to Q718. He's a real solid individual. Beat up the 10 guys in the Genovese family. Did you ever hear about that? 10 guys in the Genovese family got beat up by a bunch of bikers in New York.
I heard a story that 2 Genovese guys got jumped at a bar by some pagans. I didn't hear 10. I heard 2 because they were being loud and disrespectful. I still think that was wrong because you should respect the elders or whatever, because I heard they were, you know, up on the food chain, so to speak, or whatever. And the pagans are, you know, crazy. And it's interesting because the pagans usually have an alliance with the Genovese. So that's weird that went sideways. But sometimes some of them bikers are up to too many days on that meth, you know, and they're not thinking clearly. But it's ironic you said that because after I heard about that, I also heard like 2 months after that alleged incident that they found a couple pagans whacked in Brooklyn, I think it was, in Bensonhurst. And I instantly wondered, was that blowback from the incident where they put their hands on the elders? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I heard of a situation where they were taxing the pagans down there in Philly. It was Nicky Scarfo. Merlino, that Joey Merlino's father, was all drunk coming out of the bar, and he seen one of the bikers, and he's like, "These dudes don't want to pay or son." He jumps in his car, he hits the biker with his car, bumps him right, like fucked him up, man. Sent him flying across the road. The dude gets all hurt, fucked up. He goes to the hospital. There's no retaliation. There is retaliation, right? So the bikers go to the hospital bed. All the mobsters are at Joey Merlino's father's wife's house, and for some reason the policeman left the address on the incident report and left it in the hospital. So when all the bikers came, they seen the address. 2 days later, they went over there and sprayed up the house with like 500 bullets.
Oh, wow.
And, so what ended up happening with it is Nicky Scarfo ended up paying the pagans hospital bill and giving them $5,000, and it settled the whole dispute.
Wow.
Pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, it is. I'll tell you what, little Nicky, R.I.P. to him, he was a piece of work from what I hear from a lot of people. He was a small guy, but he'll cut your throat in a minute. Matter of fact, I think he caught a stabbing case from what Bobby told me, because Bobby was like a mob historian, even though he was a gangster himself. He used to tell me all the old school stories.
Butter knife. He killed somebody with a butter knife in a diner, man.
Oh, no shit. Wow.
Please ask him about James Calandria. Do you know James Calandria? He doesn't know the fat bald Sicilian, man. He doesn't even go on the internet, bro.
No, I do not. No, I do not.
This is what, the third time you've ever been on video, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, this guy's very in the shadows.
And very new to all this technology stuff. Crazy.
It's Calandra. Do you know Jim Calandra from the Bath Avenue crew?
It sounds familiar. What is his street name? Because most people in life go by street names. You could know someone sometimes their whole life and not even know their government name, especially in Detroit.
This guy he's from Bensonhurst.
Oh, okay.
Show you
I knew Messy Marvin. I was training him at one point. Yeah, Lewisburg.
Most of the time when you guys went to collect money, people paid, right?
Yeah, most of the time. You know, you got a couple idiots, but for the most part, they want to, pay and be honorable.
This is Calandra. Shout out to Jimmy.
No, I do not know him.
You guys are watching, go check out Jimmy's channel. After I'm done with this interview, go check out his channel, The Bath Avenue Story. It's pretty good stuff. He's a good guy.
What happened to Gene Borello?
He ended up violating his probation for threatening his girlfriend, and then he was associating with felons for being on podcasts because he was in the studio with them.
They did him dirty, huh?
Yes, like me and you doing this right now. You're a felon, right?
Yeah.
You can't get in trouble for associating with a felon over the internet like this because we're not physically near each other. But if you're a felon, you can't be around other felons if you're on paperwork.
Oh, okay, but only if you're on paperwork.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you on paper or no?
No, hell no. I've been good and
My
clean
shit got
for 3
dismissed.
years, man. I'm staying away from the crime. I'm done with that life.
Yeah, I'm lucky my stuff got dismissed because
Check
of the
out
corrupt
detailed stories and
prosecuting.
pictures. Because of the if your stuff didn't get dismissed, you'd still be in prison, right?
Oh my God, brother! Yes, I would. If that guy wouldn't have got exposed and indicted with 10 felony counts, I would still be there. And here, I'm glad you brought that up because there's like 15 guys that he did the same thing to that weren't fortunate enough to get out. Why are they still there? I don't understand. It really bothers me. They should not be there because all the evidence, he basically did the same thing to them. He fabricated evidence, violated the Civil Forfeiture Act, confiscated all their shit. I mean, and what they would do is if someone had a lot of jewelry, they'd take it, they'd melt it, they'd keep the money for themselves and maybe turn in a quarter of it. They'd split it up amongst the task force. I mean, they had a real racket going. The cars they would take to chop shop.
You had a lot of jewelry, right? This is one of the pictures with your jewelry.
Yeah, jewelry freak. Us in Detroit, we like our jewelry. Yeah, I started that at a young age. You know what I mean? I was lucky too. I had relatives in the pawn shop and jewelry business as well, so I used to get good discounts. The good old days.
This is one of the pictures from the feds, right?
Yeah, that was part of the evidence. Yeah, I didn't even know they had cameras in the house. They fucking actually broke into the house and put audio and video.
It's gotta hurt to lose that much money, man.
Yeah, it's funny. I've become way more spiritual though. In the
you want to talk about this picture?
Oh yeah, that speaks for itself, doesn't it, brother? You see all the bottles and stuff on the ground there.
Yeah, man.
That was the end of the war, and we won.
How many people estimated got killed?
Oh man, 15. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. It could have been avoided too. It could have been avoided. We actually tried 5 separate occasions to work together. And these guys were just on that demon time, stupid shit. The type that flex on IG with money, like like they got a phone to the head, show their guns, holding their own guns on IG and all that.
Bunch of felons holding guns like they're tough.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Real dummies. I mean, they were burnt out, man. Burnt out.
Did you ever know Charles McKnight?
No. What was his street name? See, where I'm from, we mostly know people by their nickname or street name.
Messy Marvin. Messy Marvin. Shout out Scarpa's Eye.
Did he really? I didn't even know
that was the drug dealer, Messy Marvin.
Messy Marvin Moran. He was a heavy set guy. He was an Irish kid. Yeah.
Hey yo, William, go fuck yourself. Pagan. Go fuck yourself, dude.
What did William
tell me? He's telling me not to say this. How about you not say that?
Say what?
This is my show, my friend.
What doesn't he want me to say, Billy?
Get in the bedroom. He doesn't want me to say the motorcycle club's name.
Why? They're a respectable club.
Yeah, like
Free Conan. They fucked him. I mean.
Yeah, I seen that one too. I read that story. It was pretty insane.
Absolutely insane. My buddy actually told me that story, and I really got upset about it. Are you kidding me? You go to a fire? Why are cops even at a fire, for starters? And you have the audacity, correct me if I'm wrong, to go on his dresser and grab a 38? You should be concerned with saving lives, not pinning petty charges on people. That really bothers me. That type of stuff bothers me.
You can shout out Conan. Who's set up, bro? See, he already said it before you even put the comment, bro. Shout out the code of the streets, man. He knows what it is.
Free Conan.
Ain't no one ever gonna put a muzzle on this. I say what I want when I want. These kids need real MCs out of their mouth. Listen, bro. You're not gonna dictate what I'm gonna say on here ever, okay? So let's make that very clear right now. I know you're trying to act like a tough guy and all this shit, but knock that shit off, bro.
Or pull up. What city are you in? I'd love to slap one of you trolls.
So when you went to prison, man, how did they treat you, the guards and stuff? I know you have a notorious reputation. So what was it like with the guards when you went?
Oh, they treated me like shit. They beat the fuck out of me, pepper sprayed me. One time they beat my ass, they jumped me, like 10 of them. I was shackled and handcuffed for like 3 weeks. They would spray me, come in the cell, and beat my ass on and off, hit me in the head with their fucking batons and all that shit. I was seeing stars for like a month.
And then you want to tell them about the food they gave you and shit, man? Yeah, it's crazy inhumane.
I wouldn't even feed it to my dogs. R.I.P. to my dogs that scumbag task force killed.
Shit, I don't know if I have that picture either, the dog picture. Let me see if I got it. Oh, wait, I do got it. Hold on. Yeah, that's messed up, man. They killed your dogs after they busted in the door, right?
Yeah, and guess where the dogs were, Billy? They were in the backyard in separate 7-foot kennels. They're fully grown. I had to do that for them because they would fight each other when it was feeding time or whatever. So I would have to feed them in separate 7-foot kennels. So that when the task force member finally they flipped on the prosecutor. There was depositions that said that the prosecutor told them, the USA told them, I don't care what kind of dogs he has. I don't care if they're poodles, which they weren't. But he said, anything with fur, I want you guys to lay down.
It's terrible, man.
Yeah, that was so traumatic for me, bro, because I really couldn't do nothing. And that was one of the most traumatic moments in my life, man. That because I'm a real animal lover, and that was like I consider them like my kids, man.
So these pictures here with the silencers, is that part of the case they had against you?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I'm gonna show that picture real quick.
Sure.
Let's see here, share screen.
But you know the funny thing about that, my fingerprints are not on either the weapon or the silencer. When I tell you they were trying to jam me up, they were trying to jam me up for things that they thought that I did in my past that I never got caught for.
Yeah, well, I don't think they like when people got those kind of things on their guns, man. What?
When I was on that time, I really thought that you could threaten them people and like really intimidate them, and there would be no repercussions. I was a little psychopathic then. I'm not now. I have my anger management and control and so forth. But I really looked at them as the enemy, and we were going to war with them. Like they think for some reason, I didn't do it, but they think I actually whacked out a couple of their guys, their undercover task force members, and that really put heat on me. I didn't do it, of course. I'm not that nuts, but for some reason, these snitches were telling them I did it. The one guy was saying we were getting 20 calls a day saying you were the one that whacked out our 2 agents in Ypsilanti. And I didn't do it, man. I would never do that. I'm a nonviolent guy, you know. I just like to, you know, bare knuckle box, you know.
There's nothing wrong with fighting, man, you know? No. There's nothing wrong with boxing somebody. Like,
nope. Gunner,
I mean,
where you at?
Listen, I'm really want to put together a little event where we have people come, people who have disagreements, you get in the ring, you handle your business, you move on. That's it.
I'd love it. Let's see who pulls up. Let's see who pulls up. I'd love it.
There's a couple more people you wanted to address, man. There's a guy in Boston you wanted to address.
What's his name?
1090.
Oh, Jakey the fakey. Jakey, if you're listening, or if you get wind of this, why don't you be real? How do you go from blood to being a cop? Your energy is like a cop now. It's like you're reporting like you're a cop. And you know damn well you are getting friendly extorted by them damus up in the Boston area. Hey, Jakey, why'd you move from Florida? Were you scared of the war in Jacksonville? Were you scared you had to perform maybe if you stayed down there? You scary ass motherfucker. I knew I didn't like you when you said about your jig camp shit. And if you were real blood, bro, you said, oh, the hardest thing was for me to see one of my brothers getting beat up by the cops. In your guys' bylaws, and the reason I know him is because my homeboy Bebo is got a hood, and he's the GF of his hood in New York. So I know your guys' bylaws, okay? You're supposed to, by your bylaws, to jump in if another brother is in trouble, whether it's with an op or whether it is with the police. And you just stood there. I knew you were a coward then. I knew you were a coward then. I thought it was funny when the Pinot split your shit with the brass knuckles. But you know what's interesting? I'd like to fight both of you at the same time. You know, I'd like to fight Pinot and 1090 Jake. We'll make rules. We'll sign a contract or whatever. I can't be liable for any injury that happens or death. And we'll bare knuckle it. You and Pinot could become allies. That'll be unique, Crip and Blood, and against me, little old me. And we could throw down. I bet your fans would like to see that. You got a large following.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd love to see that, man. Either one of these guys.
Show your fans you guys got some balls. You know, I'll fight both of you because we're not in the same weight division. That'll make it fair. That'll make it even.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be fun. And I'm sincere. What you guys have to understand, I'm 110% sincere. I'm not like these other guys that just talk shit. I really mean it. I like to fight. I don't mind getting hit. And I love hitting.
He said Fat Boy slaps his hands in the beginning of the video. It's annoying as fuck.
Oh, yeah. I'm rocking with y'all if y'all are rocking with me. Jakey, do you have identity crisis?
What would happen to him if he went to the feds where you were, man? What would happen to Jake or Pino?
Bro, I don't care about their fans or what they say. If they pull up in any USP in the feds, they are getting stepped to immediately. They cannot act like that. They'll change their whole energy. One of the ABs would poke them up without a doubt. They would get Swiss cheesed. they get a chance, they say, tighten up. You're white. You're confused. You're embarrassing us. Okay.
But that's in the feds because state time is different.
Right. Yeah, the ABs, they would poke them up, man. Swiss cheese them boys. No ifs, ands, or buts.
He said, "I'm here for the Mob 2 funeral." That already happened, man. When I dropped the mic on Hootie's no brain having ass.
Who was it?
This real fraud on the internet, man. Not even worth talking about.
Oh, okay.
But yo, I appreciate you, man. We're definitely I'm gonna have you on. We're gonna do a couple things, and people are gonna be quite surprised at the stuff I got in store for you. So
I appreciate you, Billy. And I'm glad we connected. You're a solid dude, bro.
Thank you, man.
Honor and respect.
Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to anyone before we go, man?
Like to shout out you. Like to shout out Chad. Like to shout out Bobby, my mentor. Like to shout out Bebo in New York. Be safe. It's Gotham City out there. And I'd like to shout out all the real people that have a code of honor and stick to it no matter what. And
did you ever know a Chechnyan named Georgino?
Chechnyan?
Yeah, Chechen.
No.
He ran weed in the 90s in Detroit?
No, I knew a Albanian that did that.
Yeah, possibly it could be. Michael Stone. Google me, bro.
Oh, I'd like to get if Tony Romano from Lewisburg. Tony Romano, if you're watching this, I lost all your shit from years ago. I'd like to get in touch with you. Also, Brian from Maine, the bank robber. I'd like to get in touch with you. I trained you in Chiru. Who else? Tony Romano, Brian, Teddy DiPerturo. Where are you? Get in touch with me. Get in touch with me through Billy. All you guys, man. I miss you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, I'm gonna definitely Mike, I see you in the comments, man. Just hit up my email. I'll send you the email. And you just hit up the email and we'll work it out, bro. Just hit up my email. We'll talk and get it going. Can you read that, man?
I asked about a Chaldean Staxx named Giorgio, not a Chechnyan. Come on. Oh, a Chaldean. Oh, yeah.
Chaldean. My bad, Jenny. I apologize.
A lot of Chaldeans were moving a lot of product, and they still are to this day. Yeah, they're tight-knit community. What's the one that was, man, Flash. Flash was really big with the weed back in the day. Ace, then there's Dia, Tommy Kalasho, all them good boys. They're good guys. Good guys, man. All them Chaldeans are good brothers. Only one that's a scumbag is Norm Dabish, the legend, R.I.P. to him. His son ended up doing some foul shit with a chick. I think he raped her and tortured her or some shit. Dabish's son, the powerhouse gym owners. They were some real gangsters too. Norm was a legend. He was like 6 foot 300, and he was a Koi Khan black belt master. Real enforcer there, man. I forgot about
you, man. I looked you up, bro. Hit up my email. We'll work something out, bro. I appreciate you. I don't know why it's making that noise every time I talk. It's weird. You hear?
No.
I can hear like every time I talk.
Weird.
But thank you, man. We're gonna do this again. Thank you all for joining us, and a lot more in store. don't forget, I got Dan Romano from the Dan Romano Show coming on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Do not be late. It's going to be a great interview, and I got a lot more stuff for you. Ciro's interview is dropping tonight, so stay tuned for that, and make sure you hit the like, subscribe, notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Till next time, man. Thanks, bro.
All right. Salute, brother.